defensively, they did what you wanted to, and a lot of guys that are coming back played well. Guys like Ty Robinson, I thought had a heck of a ball game, and Caleb Tanner played his butt off, and Quentin Newsom locked down Keegan Johnson. I mean, shut him down. And Keegan's a guy that's going to be playing on Sundays. So, yeah, I really liked what I saw out of that defense. They played their butts off, and I can't wait to see what Coach Shenander does with them in the off season and with some of the additions they're going to make and what they come up with next season. So, yeah, that the grass is definitely green there on the defensive side of the ball, and right now on offense, you got a lot of weapons, and I like to see that Jacques Yant came back in and came back to play and had a pretty good game, and that bodes well for next season as well. So yeah, those are some of the takeaways I had, and Omar Manning came up big, and he's a guy that we've all been waiting to see big things from, and I think that puts him in a mindset for next season that after seeing what Samari Torre did coming in here for 1 year, I think that lights a fire under Omar Manning to become that guy that Samari was this year for Nebraska.
So how many guys are in the decision-making process of determining whether they're going to come back or opt for the NFL?
Well, obviously Adrian Martinez is that big name that you think of, and across the board. Well, you know what? I can't believe I forgot to mention JoJo Domann when we were talking about NFL draft guys. I completely left JoJo out of there. I think JoJo is probably, my goodness, I'm backtracking now because I got to put JoJo up there maybe as the first guy drafted off of this team. Yeah, so that kind of changed everything. So that puts 7 guys there now that we're talking about here that could be drafted in this year's draft. So, and JoJo leaves a big hole, being heart and soul of the team. So, off the top of my head, after Adrian Martinez, you're not really, because Austin Allen's already said that he's moving on to the NFL, and I'm coming up kind of blank on anybody else that walked on Friday. That'd be about it.
Did you were you in a position to scout and cover Dylan Gabriel when he was in high school, the UCF quarterback? Because he is announced for the transfer portal, and we see the comment coming in from Zeus. He had a pretty successful 2.5 years there.
No, I haven't seen him. I'm not really familiar with him. But obviously, I'm sure that, Coach Frost is if he's coming from UCF. So,
yeah, so
no, I don't have much on him. Mm-mm.
He should have been in the 2019 class.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where he's from. So,
yeah, he's a lefty. He can run around. He's a good player, but he is announced for the transfer portal as well.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious about that because he was again had 2 big seasons at UCF. This season he got hurt after 3 games. I don't know who they replaced him with, and maybe he took off, whomever he was, in regards to played really well, and he's not been able to get his job back, possibly.
Yeah, no, he and I'm looking on here now that actually he just Nebraska started following him on Twitter this week for what that's worth. So, yeah, that is a name to keep your eye on, definitely.
How were you able to figure that out so fast?
My boss put that in his column today.
Okay.
On his 3-2-1 column. So yeah, Sean Callahan had that today.
You have any thoughts about the Big Ten championship game? Iowa, pretty substantial underdog against Michigan at 10.5 points.
Yeah, I gotta like Michigan for what they just did Saturday against Ohio State. They looked great. They really did.
Yeah.
And obviously, we know Iowa's problems about trying to score the football. So I like that line a lot right there personally. So I think that's about the way it's going to go. Yeah.
All right, everyone. We talk Nebraska football each and every week. Greg makes this thing happen, so we hope you appreciate him showing up each and every week to talk Nebraska football. We've done this for 45 consecutive weeks. You can join Greg on HuskerOnline.com, but for all the video that you want to catch, check them out right here on YouTube, Husker Online. Just type it into the search panel, Husker Online, right here on YouTube. And what do you have available there right now?
Actually, I just today put up some nice Senior Day stuff. So, if you're a Husker fan from across the country or across the world that we'd have viewers from, check that out. There's a good 13 minutes of Senior Day footage, sights and sounds of Senior Day, and the whole introductions of all the seniors as well. That's up there as well, and our Sunday quarterback recap is up there, and just kind of check out, kind of wrapping up the season right now, and working on a lot of recruiting video right now with a lot of guys that have offers out there, and putting together those that we'll start running here, and yeah, kind of going from there, and seeing what we get coming down the pipe here as far as news. So we're always working on that.
I'd like to thank everybody out there that has subscribed to our Iowa channel. We made a big push here the last few days. We got about 400 subs in just since like Friday. Watch yourself there. Is everything good? Did you save it? All right.
Almost.
We got in about 400 subs since Thursday or Friday to top 1,000. So we got pushed over 1,000. Thank you, everyone, for getting us to that milestone on the Iowa channel. So our next focus is going to be the USC channel. And rumor has it that USC is bringing in a new coach. That's what I hear. So you might want to head on over there. And we have gone crazy on that whole deal. So check that out. And that's on our USC channel. So that's if you love and support and contribute here at the Voice of College Football in any particular way, go on to the USC channel and help us build that one out as well. All right. Did you say you didn't save everything?
Well, I spilled a little bit, and I have a cover on my keypad, so I'm good. I'm just sopping up a little bit of coffee here. It wasn't hot either. Good thing. All right, we're back.
All right. I have no idea where this is coming from, but Christopher Foote. What about Zach Taylor? Zach Taylor for
you know what? The way he's got the Bengals going right now, what why would he consider that?
It's at least a try there.
He's got the Bengals in second place in the AFC right
now? Yeah. They put up 41 on the Steelers yesterday.
Yeah, so in a different world, maybe. Yeah, you would love to do that, but maybe you think about that down the line when Coach Frost hangs it up.
We got Cody is asking about bringing in an OC that's familiar with the Big Ten, understands the culture, the style of play. I don't necessarily know it's that important, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I like a couple comments ago, Aiden had up there, Tom Herman. From my standpoint, as a recruiting guy, I would love to see Tom Herman come in as OC, and then you bring in Mickey Joseph as recruiting coordinator and wide receiver coach, where you could have a guy that can recruit the state of Texas like nobody else can. And then you got Mickey Joseph, a guy that played here and has been recruiting down south out of Baton Rouge and knows the South and all the ins and outs of recruiting, just like current Nebraska tight ends coach Sean Beckton knows. he owns the state of Georgia and is big in Florida. Where now you could add Mickey Joseph, who obviously is big in Louisiana, but he recruits the whole South. So those are my two guys that I would want. Just from a recruiting standpoint, I think that would be amazing.
Samuel is asking whether Daniels will come back. He was featured on Senior Day like he's gone.
Yeah, that's a guy. I don't think I really see him coming back. And he was a captain this year too, and that's great. But he's been here an awful long time. His brother was here for a year, and um, he hasn't said one way or the other, but it doesn't seem like he's going to come back. I would love to have him back because he played a big role this year at stopping that stuff in that middle of the defense right there. Really helped that run defense big time for the Black Shirts.
Yeah. If he is done in Nebraska, let's see, 14, 21, 32 games played in his career, 83 tackles, 8 tackles for loss. But he plays a position where the stats don't really tell the story as a run stuffer.
And he put the dues in. Okay, he did not get a lot of playing time here his first 3 years because he was heavy. He wasn't conditioned to be able to put in the time. So he would only play in limited streaks where he'd go in for 2 or 3 plays at a time. He really worked and reshaped his body over the off season, and he came in just determined to be able to have the stamina to be able to hold up, and that's ultimately why he became a captain, because his teammates noticed the hard work and effort that he put in, to change his body like that. And I think that he's been here so long, and he saw how it could pay off and everything. And I think in his mind that he's ready to go try the NFL. So, he's easily going to be a guy that would be a undrafted free agent signee type guy. But who knows if he gets an invite to the combine? Maybe he does end up being a draftable guy.